If you want your children to look at pornography or inappropriate stuff, order it off of Amazon or go to the public library. We're not saying you can't do it. We're saying when it comes to the school library, we don't want it there.
That was Representative Neil Jackson, a Republican and a pastor from Moore County, North Carolina. Jackson sponsored House Bill 636, which is entitled Promoting Wholesome Content for Students. House Bill 636, which passed the State House recently, creates a process for schools to remove books that some parents find vulgar. It also goes one big step further, allowing for parents to sue schools over the books they consider offensive. I have a question. Do these folks think that there's a public school in North Carolina with pornography in the library? And do these folks think that anyone in North Carolina supports putting pornography in a public school library?
Who in God's green earth thinks that there's somebody here who wants their kid looking at pornography? That is a very tacky and cheap-shotted way to try to push this bill.
No, there is no pornography in public school libraries. But there are books that some far-right conservative parents have been challenging in recent years, oftentimes because those books acknowledge LGBTQ kids or America's history of racial injustice. Does this look like pornography to you? If it does, it says a lot more about you than it does about anyone else. The people supporting this stuff probably pulled for the bad guys in Footloose when they were banning dancing. Look, I'm a parent. I get it. Nobody wants their kids exposed to traumatic things. But let me promise you this. First off, if they are being exposed to those things, it's almost certainly not in a public school library, y'all. Get real. Secondly, and most importantly, what's offensive to me isn't necessarily what's offensive to another person. The Republican authors of this bill are creating a process for people like them to ban books they don't like. And if that's not enough, they want parents suing North Carolina's public schools, which aren't exactly cash-strapped. As one Democratic state lawmaker pointed out recently, The Color Purple, an American classic, would meet these folks' definition of vulgarity. If you don't want your children to read something you consider vulgar, okay. But legislation like this makes that choice for everybody else in your school system. House Bill 636 is now bound for the state Senate, which is also dominated by Republicans. If it comes to a vote, it will almost certainly pass, and it would head to Governor Josh Stein's desk. No word on what Governor Stein would do once it gets there, but it wouldn't be surprising if he opposed it. Make sure to like this and follow Cardinal and Pine for more North Carolina news and updates on legislation like this.